The Ice Bowl. On December 31st, 1967, the Dallas Cowboys and Green Bay Packers would take part in what would become known as the coldest game in NFL history. Temperature at kickoff was negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit, but the wind chill factor made it feel like negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. This was literally what it would feel like to play football at the North Pole. The game would feature two of the most legendary coaches of all time, Tom Landry of the Cowboys and Vince Lombardi of the Green Bay Packers. Between executives, coaches, and players, there were 18 future Hall of Famers that participated in this game. The game itself was absolutely brutal. The linemen were sticking their hands in the dirt without gloves on the entire game. No team could seem to keep a rhythm on the offensive side of the ball. The field conditions just continued to get worse as the game went on. The winner of this game was the NFL champion, but they would go on to play in the Super Bowl against the Raiders. The Super Bowl, Super Bowl II, would pit the AFL champion versus the NFL champion. The Cowboys would take a 17-14 lead over the Packers late in the fourth quarter. Quarterback and future Hall of Famer Bart Starr would lead a furious drive down the field with a chance to win the game. At this point, the Packers and Cowboys had become a fierce rivalry, a war of attrition. Who would be the last man standing at the end? The Packers would call a timeout on third down and less than 2 to go before reaching pay dirt. Packers quarterback Bart Starr told coach Vince Lombardi that he thought he could run it at Cowboys defensive lineman Jethro Pugh. And then the legendary coach for which the Super Bowl trophy is named said the most Vince Lombardi thing ever. He told Starr, "Okay, run it, and let's get the hell out of here." Starr thought it was too risky to hand it off to one of the running backs because footing at this point was almost impossible. Starr was never known to be one that was fleet of foot, but he took the snap, and right off the bat, he fired his way through a gap into the end zone, giving the Packers a 21-17 lead. The Packers had won the coldest game to this day in NFL history, and 2 weeks later, they were Super Bowl champions.